Hello, my name's Rob. Sorry, I've got a bit of abscess in my mouth. It might be hard to hear me talk properly, but I'll do my best. I've just got a few notes here. Usually I can talk freely all day long. Just a bit nervous. Why am I here? I guess I'm here actually because Stu asked me to, which is it's big for me, like someone to acknowledge the good that's come out in me. I've lived a very colourful life, ups and downs. About 5 years ago, I decided to change my life. I've got 4 kids in total. My mum and my eldest daughter's over there watching. Stu runs this course called Sorted. It's for men like me who have been in ups and downs. If it wasn't for that course and Stu, I don't know where I'd be right now. Probably dead or in jail. I'm open to change, open to any suggestions. So Stu suggested the Lord to come into my life. My eyes are open. I've been learning a lot. Go to Bible studies, stuff like that. A lot of people say, "Oh, God, Charles the sign, Charles the sign." Well, the sign he showed me was me standing here in this church. I speak to anyone I know. I tell them I go to church on Sundays now. Get out of here, they start swearing and stuff. I ain't mentioned that, but with the whole church thing, I'm horrified of death. It's the only thing that scares me in this whole world is death. And when I think about death, I cringe inside and all that type of stuff. Well, when I walk in here on Sundays, I look at all you people, and there's just an aura about you. Like, it's just glowing. And I'm like, they know where they're going. That's why they're so happy. That's why they're so, the aura. And yeah, I want that aura. I want that feeling. I want to know where I'm going. Well, I do know I'm going. I'm going to heaven, that's for sure. But yeah. Another thing too, everything I do learn, I try to share with other people, to bring more people like me from one side over to the good side. It's a long process, but slowly I'm getting there. Stu's done magical things, unbelievable things. People wouldn't believe what he's done, but yeah.
On behalf of Council, I would like to thank St Luke's for generously donating a copy of Yesterday, Today and Beyond. Since the 19th century, Liverpool has undergone a significant journey. We've gone from being on the fringes to hopefully being the third CBD. Our city is open to anybody who wants to make their life here. Hearing the testimonials is absolutely fantastic, and it is really a statement about the commitment of the church community, but also its part it plays in the community. Hearing from Ruda talking about the Nepalese congregation and his ideas and his need to obviously keep his culture, but also make connections within the church community was very, very important. Also hearing from the other testimonials as well has really brought home the need to understand that we're not just one community, we're multifaceted. Reflecting on Dr. Spear's words, change is a part of life for all of us, as is our growing city. Despite the changes and challenges to come as we transform Sydney's third CBD, it's important to retain the things that make our community strong and resilient. It's important to stay connected with each other, especially at the moment, where a lot of people have become, I think, isolated. The pandemic, I think, has unfortunately affected many people in many different ways, and it's important that we retain that sense of community and reaching out. As a council, we recognise this, and we recognise the role the church has played in providing those connections, not just to the congregation, but to the wider community. It was inspiring to hear Rob Shepherd speak. His involvement in St Luke's Church and the positive impact it's having on his life. Everybody deserves a second chance. Everybody deserves a commitment and a connection and to be looked after. If we don't do that, we aren't a community. We all play a part in making Liverpool a wonderful place to be in. Today, I present St Luke with a special memento, which we've been carrying around for over a year, and it's been specially made with the timber box and plaque, and it bears the crest of the city of Liverpool. The Liverpool's crest is the mural crown, symbolising a walled city, the 5 towers of modern elaboration relating to our town, arising above the grass mound, gold cross and winged bull, which is part of St Luke, and it's important to Liverpool. The motto shown at the bottom of the crest is a reflection of the Anglican origins of our community, which when Lachlan Macquarie made us a township 210 years ago in November, there was about 700 people living here. That isn't that long ago when you think about it, and you look at the population today and we're still growing. It applies that unless we are a community, we are as a community become a servant of God, living by his power and for his glory. Our lives lack all meaning and purpose, and that is the implication of the motto. Council and Liverpool are grateful to the contributions of St Luke's and what the contributions that you've all made. I remember quite clearly Reverend Ross. He was a force to be reckoned with. And he was also part of this community. As we heard, each person brings something different. I genuinely look forward to reading the book, and I genuinely look forward to taking some time to go over it, because not only is it, I suppose, a thing that you've really loved and cherished but probably gone to bed dreaming of, it is part of now of our history as well as our presence, and it will be a document that people will use as we go forward into not the unknown but into change.
Good afternoon, everyone. Distinguished guests, it's great to be with you. What a heartwarming and uplifting afternoon that we've had. If you don't mind me saying, there's nothing more my wife and I love to do than to go to a restaurant and romance over some ribs, some kebabs, or beef vindaloo. But it's not just the food that is the reason why we love going to a restaurant. But when you go to a restaurant, you come and the table is ready. The table is set. Someone cooks for you. Someone serves you lemon, lime and bitters. And the best part is someone cleans up after you, and then you just walk out the door. All night you are served. I wonder if you can imagine the city, or a city such as Liverpool, as a restaurant. Liverpool City Restaurant, McLiverpool, something like that. Plenty have come to dine, haven't they? In this city, in this restaurant, people, businesses, and they expect the city to serve them, provide facilities, parks, libraries and so forth, to facilitate community, to fix potholes and to collect the rubbish, to serve the needs and the wants of the diners, of the community. That's what people pay for when they come. You know, for over 200 years, churches have been part of our communities here in Australia, but churches have been part of this community here in Liverpool. But may I say this? This church has not been here as a patron or as a diner. This church has been here not to be served, but to serve the community. This is the story of St. Luke's. You'll see in the book, I'm sure, and I know certainly from being in the area for the last 20 years, St. Luke's doesn't just lie geographically in the heart of this city of Liverpool, but it's the heart of Liverpool because it's here to serve and not to be served. We are not here as customers. We're here as waiters. And this is because of God's mandate to us and because of Jesus' example to us. You know, Jesus said that when he came into this world, he did not come to be served, but to serve. And so St. Luke's has existed to do this for 200 years, to serve here, not to be served. St. Luke's exists and has existed to provide a spiritual home and spiritual comfort to the community, to serve the community by being a beacon of godly behaviour and an expression of the reality of God's presence. And so St. Luke's has, does, and will continue beyond to feed the poor, welcome the outcast, to care for the vulnerable, uphold the weak, to challenge injustice, and to fight for the powerless, and many other things. But I also want to say this afternoon, but that's not the main way St. Luke's serves this community. It's not the main way it served the community in the past. It's not the main way it serves the community in the present, and it won't be the main way it serves the community into the future. Let me tell you what is. At the end of the verse where Jesus tells us that he came not to be served, but to serve, he said this. He said that he has not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. The most important way St. Luke's exists to serve others is to tell people about the Lord Jesus Christ, and that Jesus Christ has come not to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. What that means is that Jesus served people by coming into our world to die on a cross, to pay for the sins that we have all committed, so that we might be forgiven for those sins because he has paid the penalty for them. And by people putting their trust in the Lord Jesus Christ, not only are their sins forgiven, but there is a city, even better than Liverpool, that they may look forward to because of Jesus. And that is the eternal city. That is the main way we serve. Yes, we do all of those other things, but all those other things are a result of wanting to share Jesus with the community. The best way to serve any community, and the community that we are in here at St. Luke's Liverpool, is to share the love of God by sharing the message of Jesus. And you will see lives transformed like Rob's and many, many others. We can serve this city now, but the way we serve this city now is to point them to the eternal city in heaven.